Welcome to the final module of Winning Websites. Let's go. We're talking integrations, automations, third-party tools, and all the fantastic extra juice that your website can have and that can optimize it really well. So we want to use things like lead capture for one, where people come by our website and if we don't get their name and email address, then they're gone and maybe gone forever. We want to be able to somehow reconnect with them or revisit them again later. So really important to capture their lead, even if we're not actively implementing email marketing at the moment. Building your list and growing your list and then utilizing it when you're ready is so important. It's one of those few owned channels that we have, is our list that no one can take away from us. Number 2, chatbots, live chat, and real-time customer service. We'll talk about the difference between them and just how important one of those things are. And then a few other marketing tools and sales funnel integrations that are really fun. So the key here is the right integrations. When used wisely, they can be our website's most powerful ally. They can hit home and convert all the things that we're doing and actually see customers come through the other side. And the winning automation here is the kind that, as I've said, gets our visitor or prospect or customer to a human faster and us to them. It's not to have them, bot chat the whole time and never get to speak with an actual human being. Not at all. We all know what that feels like and how annoying that is when you're on the phone and you just want to talk to someone, or you really need to get a hold of Google, but there's no such human to allow you to talk about your Google ad campaigns. It's annoying and it's frustrating, and most modern businesses can't get away with it because we're not all Google. So the idea here is to just speed up the process, filter out any questions that can be answered with a quick FAQ or auto response, sure, but then immediately service them in the way they need to be serviced. It also shows that you're listening. It shows you're there. So the tool shop has, again, no shortage of additional kind of pieces of software and platforms and apps, and they are our best of the best. There's a lot there because there's a lot of categories of marketing technology, but I encourage you to head there and just flip through some of them and you'll see our best bets for everything from, graphic design and photo editing to chatbots, website tools, email marketing software, etc., as well as our top picks. Okay, so let's talk about this, the customer support pieces of our website. And you've seen them more and more. You go on any just about software company, for example, and I'm talking about any kind of project management tool or social media marketing scheduling tool, and you'll see a little chat bubble in the bottom. If I don't see one now, I'm annoyed. I'm like, how do I speak with someone fast? Do I have to go find a contact form and fill that out and wait 3 days for a reply and then play email tag for a week? Can I just talk to someone immediately? And we see them on tons of sites. I shouldn't just say technology. So there's a few here that we really love. They're all in our tool shop, but the ones I'm highlighting are ManyChat, CollectChat, and Help Scout. And I won't go deep into them, but I am going to talk about ManyChat, which is a really neat one because it's built to work on Facebook Messenger. So you basically have this bot that you can integrate with your Facebook Messenger and your website, and now you're utilizing the power of Facebook Messenger to control your chat and just not create an entirely new set of customers and database and information. CollectChat, however, is a really neat one because it allows you to build your own chat and not do it through Facebook Business Manager. Basically create conversations with potential questions and answers that your prospect might ask, and then get them to book an appointment or tell them what your hours are or anything that you can get away with automating in terms of a Q&A like that before, if they need it, sending it to an actual human being for further, support. And then, of course, the other one, Help Scout, it's our favorite. I talk about it a lot in the tool shop and in our tools and technology course. And it's where you have not only a chat bot, but you have a resource hub. So articles that you can send people to first before they go into your chat. It can be a live chat or just a little form that they fill out and you get back to them as soon as you can. Landing pages, list building, and lead generation. We've talked a lot about landing pages already, and certainly Kajabi. But some other dedicated tools here, ConvertKit, which is not only landing pages, but also really powerful email and email sequences and funnel. And then lead pages, which we go into deeply in our tools and technology course, as well as Kajabi. So Lead Pages brandishes itself the #1 landing page builder. It does exactly what we talked about, which is, have one clear call to action and goal for your user. But the problem is it's expensive. If you don't have something like that or the ability to build landing pages in your Shopify website, you might need it and you might want the funnels and email marketing that comes behind the landing page. But like I said, Kajabi does this all in one space too. So there's lots of competition out there for these types of tools. I just want you to know what a landing page is, speak that language, and then employ them where and when you need them. And a drag and drop builder is standard these days, so you should be able to make one really quickly. And a hot tip here to wrap up. So avoid sending you visitors back to social. I'll say that again. We managed to get them to our site and we want to keep them there. I can't say this enough. No more live Twitter feeds on the right sidebar column of your website because it's no longer 2015. When you have a live Instagram feed at the bottom, pull in images, sure, but don't encourage people to go find you right away on Instagram. You'll notice that really high quality, high converting, and strategic websites have subtle social links. They're in the footer. They're kind of buried a little bit. They're not quite so obvious. I can absolutely find you on social if I want to, but don't dangle Instagram in front of me and just ask me to bounce off to social media because chances are I'm never coming back. So make them dwell. You worked like hell. Get them to stick around. So final exercises here. We need to audit our website. We need to know how it's functioning technically. And this is going to help us, exercise 9, prioritize the things that we need to prioritize. Whether that's better assets and tighter copy and, smaller imagery or more interesting animations or GIFs, or just better integrations and automations for our site that can actually make it perform and convert a little bit better. Or maybe it's overall the entire look and feel of our website with a cleaner template that's cut way down on the amount of assets that it has on it, and it's going to function simply because it's more concise. So I encourage you to head on in and do your mobile friendly score and see how your speed is doing, and do it in different regions, different times of the week, times of the day. Don't forget that your website speed test can be drastically influenced by, again, your data or Wi-Fi signal and the device you're on. So get a clear read. And then that clarity testing. Go back and ask a few other people, maybe additional strangers in your circle. This is so important. What do you do, who you are, and what to do next? Is this clear for them? And if not, where did they fall off? You can do heat score sites where you can subscribe to a third-party tool that allows you to see where people navigate on your site, what they click on, how long they stay, what they're looking at. It's incredible. But most of us can get that same kind of information just anecdotally by asking people. And then finally, the needs and priorities audit. So what is most important for you? Is it an entirely new parent website or company statements and key messages? Is it moving towards e-commerce and online sales? Is it email marketing and maybe the automation of that with some sequences or pipelines like Kajabi that roll out automatically, because then you can take your hands off the wheel and just let those emails roll out on a certain date or delay timer. Is it more rich content, like a deeper blog that you're committing to really allow people to get to know you and your services once they land on your site and for Google to find you better? Possibly some kind of digital product or physical product delivery that needs to be better optimized. All sorts of things. But if we don't know whether it's needed and what the priority is, again, it's kind of an overwhelming starting point. So this is standard in any kind of digital marketing program. Where do we start? What can you handle? And then how do we add on from there? We're going to end with some live examples by each of the 3 main platforms we've talked about here today in our CMS landscape, and some of the winning websites that I've stumbled on, really love, and I hope you will too. If you head into the workbook, you will note that these are all clickable within the workbook, so you can head right into these sites and see them for yourself. Squarespace. Remember I mentioned how many templates there are, and then beyond the templates, how customizable they are. There's nothing to say, in fact, that the 2 on the top row on the left side and the right side aren't using the exact same template, but that they've got different colors, obviously. Left side Yellowco has an embedded video, which is hosted either on YouTube or Vimeo. There's no way it's sitting on that website. It'd be way too big. It's probably 300 megabytes. So that would be an embedded Vimeo link, but look how clean it looks. It's awesome. But also take note on all of them, the taglines, subheaders, calls to actions, form fields where I can just quickly fill out a search bar or my email address. And it's not asking me for the world, right? All of my income statements and middle names. So some really great examples there. And the point is that Squarespace can do a whole heck of a lot. Next up, Shopify. I love this because of, again, as I mentioned, there's some really significant companies out there that are utilizing Shopify. Allbirds, shoe company. Yeah, built on Shopify. Herschel, still using Shopify, which I love as a fellow Canadian company. PackageFreeShop.com, Manitoba Mucklucks. There, if you even just Google Shopify website examples, you'll see plenty more, but really fun to cruise into them and see how easy they are to navigate. And then if you go in and you build it, you'll realize it's even easier to build it. But the first step is work backwards, get your assets in order, then build and draw it out. More on that in our website launch labs. And then finally, some examples of Kajabi sites. I pulled a few here that were also training sites, including our own, bottom right corner, to show you that the possibilities are endless. If you look at the top right there, simplyorganicbeauty.com, their domain, subdomain, remember, is when you put a domain in front of your parent domain, like we did, academy. They've done learn. So if you go to simplyorganicbeauty.com is their parent site, and then like us, they've incorporated a learning site or a training site on a Kajabi hosted domain, which is really cool. Same with shop. And a few others, courses.whoismatt.com, training.grantcardone.com. So don't be fooled. Kajabi can still be its own parent website, but if you just want to use it for courses, you can do that too. So those are all in your workbook at the very end. And I really enjoyed this time we had together, and I hope you are able to join us in the next course in the 300 series. We're really taking things to the next level in these 300s. We're talking far more technical, deeper stuff. I love that it's still very specific to one particular topic, and a lot of them are more than they seem, as you might realize. Customer journey is exactly that. It's all about acquisition, where we're getting people from and how, both physically and digitally, top of funnel, right to bottom of funnel, and where they're falling off, and how we fill those gaps and ensure that we're present everywhere throughout that journey of their search and their purchase and their, intent journey, that they don't go choose someone else in the end. We're there, we're present, we're showing up, and we're converting like crazy thanks to our amazing customer journey. I hope to see you there, and thanks again for being here. All the best.